Good morning and welcome to day 12 of our Learning from Home experience. Today's video is designed to help you with the math section of your learning packet. And in this video, we're going to be focusing on comparing three-digit numbers. Now, when we talk about comparing three-digit numbers, there's three symbols that we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on comparing numbers as being greater than. We see the symbol that we'll use. We describe them as being less than, which is meaning smaller. And here's our symbol. Or equal to, where the numbers are the same. So again, when we compare numbers, we can describe them as being greater than, bigger, less than, smaller, equal to, the same. Let's take a look at what that may look like for us. So I'm going to give myself two numbers to start with here. In this case, my numbers will be, here is 315, and I will compare that to 247. So I'm looking at these two values and I'm thinking to myself, well, how can I describe these numbers? Well, in this case, when I look at 315, I notice that the first thing I have to look at is their hundreds values. My first number here has 3 hundreds. My second number here only has 2 hundreds. So right away, that tells me that this value is going to be bigger than 247. For this reason, I'm going to put my greater than symbol. Okay? Let's take a look at another. Here we go. So now I'm going to look at 400. And in this case, let's say 428. And I'm going to compare it to 445. Okay, so just like I did last time, again, I'm going to compare my two values. I'm going to look at starting numbers. They both start with their hundreds values. They both have 4 hundreds. So that's the same so far. All right, let's go on to the tens value. In this case, my first number has 2 tens. My second number has 4 tens. So that tells me that this first number here is smaller. Their hundreds are the same, but this one has less tens. Since this number has less tens, I know that this number is less than my second value. When I use my symbols, I get to use my less than symbol. Use a different marker so I can see that a little bit better. There we go. Alrighty. And let's take a look at one more if we could. So here I'm going to be starting with numbers 558. And I'm going to compare that to the value 554. Okay? So again, I start with my biggest values, my hundreds. In both of the numbers, my hundreds are the same. I have 5 hundreds here. I've got 5 hundreds here. I look at both numbers. I have 5 tens. I have 5 tens. So now I have to go all the way to the ones value to see how they're going to be different. In this case, I see 8 ones in my first number, 4 ones in the second. I know that 8 is bigger than 4. So in this case, I know that 558 is greater than 554. Okay? My last bit of practice that I'm going to look at here down at the bottom is going to let me find a few different numbers. In this case, my directions tell me to circle numbers that are greater than 427. Well, I see that word greater, so I know I'm looking for numbers or values bigger than 427. Let's take a look together. First, 428. Well, I have to compare it to 427. These two, both of them have 400s. Both of them have 2 tens. This number has 8 ones and this has 7. This number has more ones, so this number would be greater than 427. I'll circle this one. 428 is greater. My next one, 501. Well, right away I can see this number has more hundreds than 427, so it is also going to be larger or greater than. My next value, 357. Well, this number only has 3 hundreds compared to our number 427 that has 4 hundreds. So this number is not greater than, it is actually less than. I'm not circling that one. Here, 472. Hundreds are the same, but more tens here. 7 tens compared to those 2 tens. I'll circle. It is greater. And last but not least, 426. 400s, 400s. 2 tens, 2 tens. 6 ones, 7 ones. Well, 6 is smaller than 7. This is not greater than. No circle for you. No circle for you. So this is an example of me comparing some 3-digit numbers. In your learning packet today, you're going to have a chance to do practice that is very similar to what you just saw from me. I'm going to turn to the math section using my sticky note strategy. Find my sticky note here. And I'm going to look at day 12, which will tell me that I'm working on pages 31 and 32 today. So again, day 12, pages 31 and 32. As I look at these pages, the first practice page that they give you has you circling values, just like you saw me do. Make sure you read carefully. Sometimes it will ask you to circle numbers that are greater. Sometimes it will ask you to circle numbers that are less. So make sure that you are reading the directions carefully. On the back is where you will have a chance to use your symbols. Again, we know our symbols such as less than, greater than, and even our equal to symbol. We'll use those symbols in these boxes to compare the two values. If you have any questions about any part of your learning packet learning today, or about our video lesson, shoot me a message on Google Classroom. Hit me up in Class Dojo as well. Otherwise, have fun. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.